Plantation police are investigating the drowning of a 2-year-old boy who was pulled from the water right behind his home. This is the 4th drowning in South Florida in the last 3 weeks.
Marissa Bagg explains what happened and what water safety experts urge to prevent similar tragedies.
He tells us that his nephew is missing. He doesn't know where he is.
Frantic family members searched for a 2-year-old boy who disappeared at the Atlantic Preserve Complex in Plantation Thursday evening. Neighbors nearby tried to help find him.
He's looking for him, and if we have seen anything around the area, we honestly didn't see anything. He went running to see around if he found anything.
Plantation police say before they arrived, the child was found unresponsive in the lake behind his house. Adults attempted CPR, but the toddler died a short time later at the hospital.
It's something that bothered me as a parent. I think you have to be extraordinarily careful with your kids. Not to leave, especially at that age.
Natural waterways present a danger for children of all ages. Water safety experts urge parents of young children who live close to water to put alarms and barriers on doors to help prevent children from getting outside on their own.
Extra locks on the doors that the child can't access, alarms on the doors so if the door opens, you know the child is outside. Obviously supervision plays a big role in all of this, but as we know, you're not constantly hovering over your child. There's things like laundry, putting away groceries that will occupy your time. And if the child gets out undetected, it can lead to a tragedy like the last 2 that we've had here.
Swimming lessons, of course, can help save a child's life, even at a relatively young age, if they fall into a pool. But when we're talking about natural waterways, which was the case out here in Plantation, it can be very difficult for a child to get out of a lake or a canal or a retention pond on their own. And as we all know, there are plenty of those here in South Florida, and there are no requirements when it comes to placing barriers around those natural waterways. Ladies?
It's so tough, especially when you break that down. The layers of prevention are just crucial, Marissa. And drowning, as we know, the leading cause of death for children up to 4 years old here in our state. And that number, sadly, it seems to be going up here statewide, right?
Yes, and unfortunately last year here in Florida, we actually hit a record of 120 drowning deaths. And so far this year to date, the Department of Children and Families here in Florida has recorded 69 drownings so far. So that number seems to be keeping in step with what we saw last year. So really raising awareness within DCF and, of course, many other agencies throughout Florida. That is a priority, and they're hoping to take this message to parents so that parents make water safety a priority as well. Ladies?